We can use the R-squared form to compute the overall F-statistic. From the original model, we can obtain the unrestricted R-squared. The restricted model is the model with only an intercept, and all explanatory variables have been excluded from the equation. Recall that the R-squared is the proportion of the variation in the outcome variable that can be explained by the explanatory variables in the model. Since there is no explanatory variable in the restricted model, the restricted R-squared should be 0. The R-squared form overall F-statistic can be written as follows. The numerator degrees of freedom, Q, is the number of restrictions, which equals the number of explanatory variables, K, for the overall F-test. So we only need to regress the unrestricted model and plug in the unrestricted R-squared to find the overall F-statistic. Then we can use the F-tail function to find its p-value. The results are identical to those in the regression results window. We can also use the residual sum of squares form of the F-statistic to compute it. For the restricted model, there were no explanatory variables, so the residual sum of squares equals the total sum of squares. Because the outcome variable is the same for both the unrestricted model and the restricted model, and the sample size is the same. The total sum of squares will be identical for both models. Therefore, the numerator becomes the explained sum of squares of the unrestricted model. We can obtain the same results using this formula.